Well, welcome back to another episode of Tile Talk. Today we're going to be discussing or looking at terrazzo. Many people have probably seen terrazzo come up in different patterns and styles lately, and some may even think it's a relatively newer surface, a hip and upcoming thing, but terrazzo has actually been around for a very long time. It can be traced back originally into the Egyptian times, but really most notably, probably about 500 years ago, it became more popular in Italy. It was originally, that's where everyone feels like the origin of terrazzo actually came from. Back then, of course, you think of Michelangelo and all these different sculptors, and people were using marble in all the basilicas and the churches and everything. There was tons of little pieces left over, little chips of everything from glass to stone to marble. And granite. And so what they would do, these artisans would take these chips and they would mix them in either concrete or epoxy type resins, probably back then more concrete type resins, and they would install them on their own floors in their homes, which is what they called their terraces. So terrazzo is Italian for terrace. So that's the origination of the material. It was brought over to the US probably sometime around 1890. And it was fit perfectly with new kind of up and coming modern and Art Deco type patterns that were starting to emerge back then. So terrazzo is extremely versatile. It can be used indoors, it can be used outdoors. It can be done a couple different ways. You have your precast, or like your precast marbles, which are terrazzos, which is what you see here, where they're mixed with different colors of materials, different things, and poured into shapes. And those shapes can be used to make mosaics. Those shapes can be done in more square or large format pieces. But they also have what you consider more institutionalized for airports and hospitals and things, which is pour in place, where they use metal strips to divide large sections of material. But for our purposes here at Palmer Todd, we usually use the precast version. So you can see here, we have very different from piece to piece, unique materials, where we mix it with stone sometimes, we can mix it with glass, we can do some unique patterns with the material to keep it interesting. Or, of course, you can do more large format sizes that are your standard rectangular or square shapes. They can come in matte finishes, highly polished finishes, and you can control the look of the material with the chunks of the chips that are in it. So for instance, something like this has very large pieces that are integrated in the resin versus, something like this where there are very small pieces. It gives a different look. So it's an extremely versatile material and it can come in all different colors. So we think it's a pretty amazing product, and we hope that if you are interested in terrazzo or are looking for something for your next indoor or outdoor project, that you come take a look and we'll fill you in some more.